Did you know that 89% of women entering domestic violence shelters reported that their partners also abused or killed the family pet? And another study found that in families under supervision for physical abuse of their children, pet abuse was concurrent in 88% of those families. Good afternoon, everybody. Today's video, we're going to go over how animal cruelty leads to domestic violence. It's a very serious topic, and make sure to stay tuned till the end. It's going to be a crazy video, and yeah. If we don't reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and by the end of the year, there's going to be a severe consequence. And once I think of that consequence, I'll let y'all know. Stay tuned and find out in future videos. Pardon the interruption on this video today. After we were done recording, we got some unfortunate news. We had got a ring of the doorbell, and when we went to answer it, it was two police officers that were waiting out there, and they came in and told us that my aunt, who drives a semi for a living, she had passed away. So the rest of the videos this year are going to be a tribute to her. Thank you to everybody that watches the rest of this video, and hope you enjoy. Who does this affect? As we covered in last week's video, animal abuse is a sign of someone who in the future might lead to domestic violence. If not taken into therapy, it could lead to domestic violence, which affects not only the animals, but also the families involved. Domestic violence is definitely not something to mess with. No one deserves this kind of treatment. Not animals, not humans, not kids, not anyone. This affects not only the spouse being abused, it also affects the children in the house, the family of those affected, the ones that have to see all this going on. This is a sad fact that hurts everyone involved. What does this lead to? Animal cruelty leads to domestic violence. Animal cruelty starts when the kids are young. You never know how often it occurs till you notice it happening to people around that are close and you're closely related to. Domestic violence isn't always something that happens randomly. It starts when they're young and wee little ones. Keep an eye out for the safety of your loved ones. No one deserves to be treated like this. Not animals, not humans, not anybody, etc., etc., etc. Cruelty to animals and violence towards people have a few things in common. One is they're both living beings. Two, they both feel pain. Three, they both experience distress. And four, and most importantly, they can both die from injuries that happen during any kind of violence towards them, whether it be animal cruelty or domestic violence, depending on which side of the equation you're looking at. Cruelty to animals can be a warning sign of future behavior, leading to future violence towards humans. They may abuse animals out of curiosity or exploration, peer pressure, mood enhancement, as a way to emotionally abuse others, or a practice for future interpersonal violence. In fact, one of the most reliable predictors of future violence as an adult is having committed animal abuse as a child. Acts of animal cruelty are not merely signs of a personality flaw, but are rather symptomatic of deep mental disturbance. You never know what somebody is going through up here, but a big warning sign is if you see animal use going on, that's when you you might need to say something or do something, contact the proper authorities like we said in last week's video. Don't be afraid to look out for the safety of your animal, or the human that involved in the people that they might not be involved with personally. You never know what could happen, and if you have a chance to possibly prevent this at an early stage, don't ever hesitate to get out there and put awareness out there to the proper authorities. The link between animal abuse and violence towards people is supported by studies which have shown that, and here's just a few of them. If I went through every one of them, we'd be here all day. 100% of sexual homicide offenders examined had a history of cruelty to animals, and 70% of all animal abusers committed at least one other criminal offense, and almost 40% have committed violent crimes against people as well. Not only is animal cruelty a sign of domestic violence, it's also a sign of possibly more serious things you don't ever mess with. These people will go to lengths of even threatening these things to people. They'll demonstrate and confirm power and control over their family with threatening animal cruelty or other thing. They'll isolate the victim and children of the abuse, the domestic violence. They'll eliminate competition for attention. That's why they usually get rid of the pets, because the dogs are always there wanting your attention. They will force the family to keep the violence a secret. They'll with threats, and you never know what lengths people go to keep things quiet that they don't want getting out that could ruin their status in life. They teach submission. They force you to get into things that you don't want to. They for submission, they try to scare you out of doing anything about it. They retaliate for acts of independence. There's things that they'll try to do that I ain't going to go into detail with you because it's just too gory and gruesome. I don't even want to go there. And they'll perpetuate terror. Communities must acknowledge that the abuse of any living being is unacceptable and it endangers everyone. Recognizing that cruelty to animals is a significant form of aggressive and antisocial behavior may further the understanding and prevention of violence. If we report what we see from investigating and persecuting animal cruelty can help take dangerous criminals off the streets. Police know that in homes where animal abuse is a problem, other issues are concurrent. Acts of animal cruelty are linked to domestic violence and other serious crimes. It's a sad fact, but it's really true. You never know what else is going on in people's lives. What can you do to help? You can help stop the cycle of violence by recognizing that animal abuse is an indicator of serious problems. Reporting animal abuse can help authorities stop other types of violence and vice versa. Encouraging law enforcement and prosecutors to take crimes against animals seriously is the key to creating safer communities. Because if you're reporting violence, you're also domestic violence. You're also reporting helping to stop animal cruelty, and if you report animal cruelty, you're helping to stop domestic violence and all other types of crimes that you don't know about. But you can do so much more than you think you can. Plus, animal cruelty in children should be not be taken lightly. Children who abuse animals should receive immediate professional psychological intervention for both their own welfare and that of the community. Because if they're abusing their own animals at home, you never know, they could be abusing animals over here. This way we could try to put a stop to it early, and that way we can do more about it in the future. Here are 5 facts and 2 myths about how domestic violence and animal cruelty are related. Fact 1. Domestic violence, child abuse, and animal abuse frequently occur simultaneously in a family. Fact 2. Women with pets may delay leaving a dangerous environment for fear of their pet's safety. If they leave, they're afraid if they leave the animal there, they don't know what the person is going to do to them. If they take them with them, they don't know what situation they are going into with that animal. The fear of the unknown is one of the biggest factors into why people stay in these dangerous situations. Fact 3. Individuals who commit pet abuse are more likely to become batterers. It's not a guarantee, because if we get them the right treatment with therapists and helping them out, getting the right care they need, we can help them get out of those ways. Fact 4. Animal abuse is linked to the severity of IPV. Fact 5. Safe havens for pets offering assistance with direct service or information for survivors of domestic violence about housing their pets safely have grown nationally. Now for the myths about all this. Myth 1. Animal abusers represent a specific type of offender, when in reality, it could be anybody. It could be your neighbor next door. It could be the little kid that's growing up across the street. You never can predict who's going to be the one causing all this. Myth 2. A safe haven for pets of domestic violence victims is always a place where the pets of domestic victims are sheltered in the same area as the family. Not always is this the case, though. They have separate areas because you never know for the pets, because you never know what the other people in these shelters have been through in the past, and they try to keep them separate to keep conflict from rising up. In conclusion, always look after the people that are being abused in domestic violence, but make sure to look out for the pets that are being affected by this as well. You never know what the situation is, but if you can do anything to help prevent this, that'd really try to do great things to help make this a better world we live in. It's not going to be a perfect solution, but we can always do our best to help others, but help them get out of those ugly situations. But that's going to be it for this week's video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember, awesome and amazing. You are champions, and victory is coming. And until next time, bye. Also, if you haven't already, please make sure to like, subscribe, and turn those post notifications on for this video. It's been a lot of fun creating this video for y'all today, and I hope y'all enjoy.